to start the Chronicles of Judy and Edochie. Yes, Yoel was supposed to be a family man. I say that lightly because Yoel had affairs, several. He was one of Nollywood's hottest actors, known far and wide for his talent and for womb shifting. They don't person for womb shifting. He wanted respect. He wanted the image of a devoted husband in public. At least, his wife was the kind of woman many say no longer exists. Respectful, reserved, steady. She understood the demands of his craft. She held down the home, protected the peace, let him chase his dreams. Whenever Yoel was on location, he was on the phone with her constantly. Even when there were others around, side chicks, admirers knew their places. Yet, over loudspeaker or in crowded rooms, Yoel's voice belonged to his wife. No excuses. It made them pause, envy him, respect him, or hate him. His wife was none the wiser in all these deceits. It was all a deceit. Then there was Jay, who is Judy, married to Edochie. But marriage was always a stepping stone for her. She was born into few options. No wealth, no prospects, but with ambition, arrogance, a hunger. When she met Yoel, things changed. She walked into higher circles, rubbing shoulders and exchanging body fluids with Sylvester Madu, Simon, Emeka, etc. Thinking that if she could be seen, she could change her story. At home, she would turn to Edochie. Do you know I am beautiful? Better men than you like me. You reason like an Onisha trader. These are the things she says to Edochie. In her delusion, she left her marriage. She pulled her kids out of Edochie's house, sent them to the village with the mother, and moved towards Asaba. Moved towards possibility. Judy and Yoel started knocking. Not exclusive. He had several like her, and she wanted bigger fish and fame. So she knocked. She knocked. She knocked. To no avail. Simon, am I lying? Governor S, na lie? And there was something else. Powers beyond ambition. Judy dabbled into things men didn't talk about. Diabolism, ritual. She and her mother, her sister, all expected that she was the family's hope. When Yoel finally made his political moves, something snapped in Judy. She sensed a jackpot. She began to replicate her style of flattering and predatory actions around him. The worship, the public mimicry, and my husband, in quotes. When you were shouting, my husband everywhere, and you knew you had zero intentions to make you his main side chick, not to talk of wife. Anyways, I digress. Judy edged in. She told Yoel he needed spiritual protections, that he couldn't run for office empty. She took him for fortification. She convinced him that spiritual binding to her was necessary. He agreed. What did he have to lose? In order to access the unending power of her water deity, he needed to marry into that kingdom. Yoel jumped in because she assured him. After this, she became his PA, followed him everywhere. When Yoel asked why, Judy would say she is carrying his power and needed to be present for his protection. The names, His Excellency, was flying everywhere. Yoel had no idea he had been locked into a spiritual tie that breaking can only be done by the predator. Then Judy got pregnant. This is breaking news. Judy got pregnant. She insisted this time, no abortion. No backing out. She had plans. She kept assuring Yo that she knows her place and respects his marriage. Oti law. Oh, law. Meanwhile, Yo had an apartment in Enugu where his main side chick, see, Bernard was living with him there. When Mary and the kids visited, she will vacate the house. Judy was fully aware of C. Bernard. Who is C. Bernard? Hey, what are his stories? Study like this since. Who is C. Bernard? Okay. And that was her biggest threat. Because of the way you spoke about the docile and calm nature of Mary, Judy saw her as no threat at all. C was there for the same thing. Shop and pass, nothing more. But Judy saw what Yul was and assumed in her dim-witted small brain that she could handle him and his household better than his wife of 18 years. She had no deal. When Judy told her she was pregnant, his face hardened. He was bound to her spiritually, but her news unsettled him. She reminded him, Mary may have bankrolled your political campaign, but I brought spiritual backing. I bring something else to the table, which you very much need. Remember these words? Each woman has something she brings to the table. Okay now, the campaign surged forward. Yul tasted success. In his triumph, he began pulling away from Judy. Her calls filled his phone. 10 in a row, then 15. Remember your oath, she'd whisper, over and over, but Yul laughed. What can you do to me? He asked, voice cold. On his way home to Lagos to go see his family, Yul drifted into a minor car crash, a dented guardrail, a shattered side mirror. He scoffed at it. Auntie Jay spoke. That, she said, was your warning. You cannot abandon me. It will be your end. He turned back to Enugu and Judy became his public main side hen. Judy forced him into becoming a father. She claimed he always was supposed to be to a child he had no care for. Meanwhile, Mary in Lagos was losing her mind. She bought a ticket to Enugu, got her things together, and was ready to go cater for Yul. But Yul downplayed things. He said, the kids need you more. Nne, I am okay. But to Papi, Edochie, and his brothers, he had to explain the reason why this strange-looking friend is hovering around him at every end. He said, Mary is too busy with her business. She didn't want to come see me. Okay now. The thing is, Judy wanted Mary to come. She wanted to expose herself to Mary. But Yul did not want this. That is when Judy started throwing the words polygamy around. I am a nice person, she said. I don't mind staying here in Enugu as your wife while Mary stays in Lagos. Yul was like, hell no. Mary is my backbone. She has a certain sophistication and loyalty that I cannot let go. She fits my aesthetic. But you, Judy, do not. Besides, it could end our marriage, which will be the end of me. Case closed, according to Yul. Judy's face hardened. She nodded, as if agreeing. But inside, she was already weaving a new plan. If you followed her, then on Instagram, that is when she posted, I feel like reaping where I did not sow. A big man, you are a strong man. Announce me as your second wife and tell the world about our son. Yul was speechless. He had a political career to protect. He had a reputation to keep intact. Polygamy is our culture. You will not be crucified for doing it. Do you and the world will adjust, said Judy.